So we're here once again, kind of doing a reaction video to Globku's new tier list. Here's the thing, I reacted to the whole video, but my audio was fucked, so I can't do a reaction video. I can't fake it. So I'm gonna talk about is Globku's tier list, and you guys obviously know my opinion on Globku. I think he's one of the best anime creators. He's keeping Demon Slayer alive, doing these tournaments. He's probably one of the he's a YouTuber I strive to be, man, and I got really high hopes. Like, I really like Globku, but when it comes to anime tier list, he isn't the best. All right, I feel like a lot of people agree with me that Globku's tier lists are kind of mid, and I feel like Globku has the potential to make a better tier list now that he's doing tournaments and stuff like that. So let's see if Globku can actually get his King of tier list for Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles badges. And I want to just talk about certain points in this tier list that I really disagreed on. Let's skip it to the final end of the video. Again, I don't want to, if you guys want to watch the full video, go check him out. I don't want to take his whole video and like take some views from him, because again, he puts a lot of work into this. So for number one, what I want to talk about is I'm actually really happy that he put Yushiro in the lowest tier, just because I made a video a couple days ago talking about that Yushiro is actually one of the worst characters in the game, and a lot of people in my comments disagree, saying that Yushiro is actually way better, and that you need to go see a really good Yushiro player. So I want to skip into the video. We're gonna skip into the videos and talk about it. So I'm gonna let Globku, my man here, talk on why I feel like Yushiro is actually really low tier. And again, he just does no damage. Like, it's very simple. It wastes too much meter. But let him talk.
Tier characters, some are just slightly stronger than the others. Let's start from the bottom. The weakest character in this game right now is Yushiro. Yushiro has very good resets and he can play very aggressive neutral, but he is a character with very low damage. His counter skill, even though it counters a lot of stuff, it often loses to other options too. If characters can cancel moves into either blocking or parrying.
Now again, I'm gonna say this right now. The problem is that you're a Yushiro player playing against a Susamaru. Like, what are you doing?
If they have a reversal, then Yushiro is more often than not completely screwed. He can cancel the guard skill into his other abilities to counter that playstyle, but that ends up being another downside for this character, which is his playstyle is very expensive. To deal even decent damage, he has to spam a lot of abilities, and every time his guard skill gets countered, he has to use even more abilities. So, super expensive. And
again, he said it really nicely. Yushiro just does no damage. I want to skip into it and talk about Makomo, because I feel like Makomo has so much potential to be such a good character, but the problem is that a lot of her combos are really inconsistent and they always drop on the wall, and like, it's really bad. Like her abilities are really fast, and like, I feel like I get hit a lot playing against a Makomo, but like, she does no damage.
Well, she's not the best character at resets, but she can do them pretty efficiently. She's still a very low damage character, so she needs to touch you 1,000 times to get a kill, but the reason why I put her so low at C tier is because she is so inconsistent. She drops combos way too often in situations where it feels like she has no control over it. It's either the character got slightly pushed by my assist, or I got too close to the corner and the combo dropped. Makomo is sort of a bummer. I feel like she could be a decent character, but you just don't know what to expect when you pick her. Moving up to B tier.
Now again, you guys are probably saying like I'm probably sucking him off right now, talking about certain things, but let's skip into the certain videos where I kind of disagree with him. And the number of like the first place I'm gonna disagree with him is where she put my queen at, like Shinobu. Hell to the no. Here's the thing, he's gonna say later in the video, but he says that a lot of people are just getting better at the game and are playing against better against Shinobu. I disagree with this. I feel like Shinobu still has a really good fucking kit and belongs in the A+ tier. I feel like putting her in the low tier is just a fucking crime. I think Shinobu is really fucking good, and especially when you have a good assist and you're doing a Slayer switches, Shinobu should not be here. This is fucking crazy.
Why she's dropped so hard on this tier list is because every single character that came out is a bad matchup for Shinobu. She simply just loses to zoning and projectiles. She has no way to work around that.
I feel like it's kind of capped, because if you have a good assist, you can get it.
I think players are a lot better at dealing with her neutral right now, countering her dash with either heavy attacks or parries, which is going to force Shinobu to cancel a lot of her dash and go for other options, and that ends up being a very expensive playstyle. At the top of B tier, I put Inosuke. Now,
but that was a quick summarize of Shinobu. I don't think I think Shinobu should be way higher than this. Inosuke being a B tier, it seems logical to me. Honestly, he does belong. I feel like I will put him lower just because his his skills don't reach. It's really fucking bad. He has really good resets, but if you're a good player, you know that Inosuke is gonna go for those resets, you're gonna dog on him. Like, honestly, I'm gonna talk about certain things, like certain characters that I really disagree about, and Rui was like fucking one of them. I was about to spaz. I was about
Very
to
specific and often
spaz. This is my main
is a
character. Now again, I might be biased, but I honestly think that Rui does not belong in A tier whatsoever. This man is being underrated as hell. Has probably one of the best resets in his game. His basic attacks are really fucking fast. If you guys both dash into each other, the first one who's gonna hit most likely is gonna be my boy Rui. This is a crime to society. Rui does not belong here. He belongs in fucking A plus tier at most, or even like a little bit S. But that's just me being biased. Rui has really good zoning. Gets meter fast because he's a demon, so you can just search, blah blah blah.
Character. He was definitely a problem character at some point during this game, and he's also a very good zoner, although an expensive zoner. Every single one of his projectiles is gonna cost meter, which means he can't just spam zoning. Now, Rui used
It doesn't matter. You're a demon. You're gonna get your abilities fast. Just spam it. Not spam it, but like kind of break down their guard and go into the cage, stuff like that, man. There's so many things you could do with Rui. I feel like he's very underrated.
be much higher. I think the reason why he's a lot lower now is just players got better, and his resets are a lot riskier now, as players have gotten more comfortable with doing strong attacks to power through attack resets, which those still lose to grabs, obviously, but if you're just always going to...
Now again, it's a 50-50 game. That's how the game is being played. You may have to work a little bit better just because you don't do as much damage as people, but Rui, you have to guess. If you're the opponent, you have to guess he's gonna grab you. Is he going to continue his combo? Like, it's just how it is. Like, that's on both sides.
Grab, then you become easy to counter. And also the Slayer switch tech kind of smokes all of Rui's resets right now, and that's why he's kind of low. It feels like there's...
Don't do his fucking heavy attack like that ever again.
A better character for doing resets. If you want to go for that playstyle, I think Rui isn't the move anymore. Especially since he's gonna have to reset you a lot because he's got kind of low damage. Above Rui, and probably the character that raised the most...
This shit pisses me off, though.
Murata.
Okay, we're not even gonna talk about... Bro, okay, if we're talking about supports, Murata is actually really fucking good, but as a lone character, a point character he talks about in his video, he's not the best, alright? Like, this pissed me off, because he's above Rui. This is really pissing me off, so we're just gonna skip this character, because I feel like this character shouldn't even be in the fucking game. Yahaba, I feel like should be an A+, has really good damage, probably one of the best zoning in the game. Breaking guard is actually pretty easy for Yahaba. When you're getting attacked by his abilities, it kind of feels like you can't do anything. You do waste a lot of meter, but again, you're a demon, blah, blah, blah. I feel like he belongs to A+, but A, I guess, I mean, let him talk. We're just going to talk about characters, certain characters I feel like people are kind of underrating or overrating.
That I definitely didn't give enough credit when he first came out, but players have stuck with him and they found some new stuff, and now I kind of respect him. He's a very impressive zoner. Doesn't really matter if you block or get hit because he deals a ton of chip damage and he can guard break you really easy. That said, he still has a lot of downsides. First of all, he's a very expensive character to play because he's just spending meter every time he wants to get a hit.
I get that, but like, his damage is just so fucking nasty.
I think he's still a very weak character if he wants to get in. He can play safe neutral and keep away all...
You know, you're a zoner. Like you shouldn't even be getting in, like, maybe once in a while, but
if he's losing around and he has to get in and he has to deal damage, he's not the best at doing that. Next,
again, if you're playing Yahaba, you have to play passive. You have to play that runaway game.
Up to the A+ tier. And again, this isn't a full tier above. These are just as strong as the A characters, but they have something that is slightly better. At the bottom here, I have Rengoku.
Again, Rengoku, not a surprise. Rengoku has really good damage. Assist is pretty decent, so I'm pretty sure people are not really want to talk about this character because it's not really surprising. So we're gonna skip that because Rengoku is actually pretty good. If you guys want to see the full video, go check out his channel out. What's the next character he was talking about? We didn't have to talk about his character either. Like, damage is pretty fucking good. I think he talked about having like a little damage buff. Don't fucking buff this character. You're fucking bugging. Like, please don't buff that character. This is where we get to the part where I'm like, it's very iffy for me because he puts both the Tanjiros into A+ tier, and I fully disagree. I feel like these characters are 100% S tier, especially Hinokami Chronicles Tanjiro. Just because him with Zenitsu, if Zenitsu's an A tier, my boy belongs in S tier too. Zenitsu has really good damage, but when you play these characters together, this character is just very, very dumb, very ridiculous. He has a pretty decent setup as well. His fucking assist is actually pretty decent. Sometimes it props, I guess, but bro, this character should be an S tier. Like his damage is just so fucking stupid. And Wario Tanjiro is just it's Wario Tanjiro. All right, even though people say he got nerfed, his pressure is probably one of the best in the game. He belongs in S tier. I don't know why he put them in A+. I mean, I guess, but these characters are just
Can cancel
a different breed.
anything into his air flip, which is the deep.
So I really don't want to watch that part just because I feel like it's, you know, like we played against these characters so much. I feel like people know why they're good. So we're gonna skip. And again, if you guys want to see that part, watch my man's Globku's video. He puts Nezuko in S tier, which I fully agree. I want to talk about this more, so I'm gonna let the video run just because I feel like a lot of people underrate Nezuko or just don't play the character.
Entire game. Very consistent damage and very efficient too because she doesn't have to spend a lot of meter to get great damage. She has great neutral with both the heal bash and the claws, which lets her be very oppressive.
Abilities is fucking ridiculous.
Is still great despite the nerf, despite starting a red combo. You might get less damage off of it, but it's still an assist that's gonna catch everyone. Her downsides I think are pretty minor.
Her Trapeze attack is really trash, but it like when you do the Demon Slayer switch, like it isn't really a problem.
The first one would be the strong attack. I don't think it's the best, and walls ruin a lot of her optimal routes, but that just means that Nezuko has
they need to fix this
stuff. And from this point on, surprise surprise, it's all demons. Above Nezuko we have Enmu.
Here's the thing, Enmu, S+ character, we understand why. Probably one of the best resets in the game as well. Damage is ridiculous, grab is ridiculous.
Charging as fast as it does and reaching as far
I'm gonna let the video run
course,
just because Enmu's still kind of a new character, I guess.
Unlike all the other reset characters in this game, Enmu has insane damage. If, for instance, Rui or Inosuke had Enmu's damage, they would probably be a lot higher on this tier list. I don't know if they would be right next to Enmu because on top of that,
my Queen
Enmu
Makomo,
also
please.
has some free projectiles.
Please.
So he can zone and play keep away while remaining very efficient in his meter usage. For downsides, I think Enmu is kind of weak trying to get in on an opponent. He's got the tracking projectiles, which do help him a little bit, but they're almost a necessity. He cannot get in without that. And also when
I guess, but like I don't see Enmu players using that ability. Like I feel like that ability needs a buff, and that ability is kind of trash. So again, you have long range, so it isn't the way he's saying it's really bad, but I feel like Enmu does have a really good way to get in sometimes, just because his range is just so dumb.
when playing against Slayers, a lot of his resets get deleted by switch tech, which means he has to change up his game plan a little bit. But who's better than Enmu, you ask? In my opinion, Susamaru.
My opinion, this is cap. Susamaru is really fucking good, don't get me wrong, but against Enmu, bro, like if you played against these characters together, bro, who do you think is gonna win? I'm gonna put my money in Enmu. I'm sorry. Susamaru again, her abilities are kind of not bad. I'm not gonna say they're really fucking good. It's just her damage, like compared to Enmu's, not like up there.
Is at the top of S tier. Susamaru is the best zoner in the game. She's got both free projectiles.
Now again, we're at the end of the video, so I'm gonna let the video run.
And meter projectiles. And she can always cancel into her tilt skill or her skill, allowing her to play very, very safe. She's also a very high damage character if she catches the opponent in the right situation, though it is often risky trying to go for high damage. If Susamaru is dealing a lot of damage, she probably started a combo.
That's what I'm saying. So if you know it's kind of risky to go for high damage, why would you put Enmu below her when Enmu like kind of guarantees to have high damage and has one of the best grabs in the game?
Guard skill, and the guard skill is actually punishable if you push block it. It's not easy to push block and punish a raw guard skill, but it is possible, and that makes it risky if you are playing against a skilled player. Susamaru's zoning can also get expensive sometimes, but I think that's kind of a small downside to the character, as she can often just work around that by throwing her free projectiles or jumping projectiles or whatever she wants. She has so many tools. Alright, that's it. Susamaru is the strongest character at
Well, this is where he talks about is Akaza, so we're at the end of the video. Let's get into it.
S tier. This is the this game. But I did not put him at the top of S tier. I made a whole new tier for Akaza. Akaza has been dominating every tournament in
This
Europe.
is a fact. This is why I don't like watching Demon Slayer tournaments so much, is because it's always Akaza, bro. It's always Akaza.
Akaza is still dominating Wanted every single episode. And I don't think he's like slightly stronger than Susamaru and Enmu. I think he is a lot stronger. It's not just that the players are good, the character has everything.
Don't worry, Tengen will put this boy in his place. I hope Tengen is good, please.
the character could possibly want. He has the best neutral in the game thanks to the dash speed buff. Honestly, you remove the dash speed that Akaza has and he goes back to being a regular S tier. But thanks to that speed, he can get in and out as he pleases. And that's what makes him such a strong character. He can impose his own playstyle on the enemy character and he pretty much has no bad matchups. So if Akaza decides it's time to pressure, it's time to scramble, he gets in your face and he starts doing Disorder, which is a free neutral tool. If he thinks you're gonna do something, counters you with Annihilation, which is so safe. And once he decides, yeah, we're done, it's time to time waste a little bit, he backs off and it's really hard to catch him. So when playing against Akaza, you are always playing his game. You are always playing the game that the player decided you're gonna play, and you have to counterplay all the time. You cannot impose your own game, and that's what makes him so strong. I mean, not only that, he has other upsides, obviously. He has the only anti-air in the game with Compass Needle, and it leads to optimal combos now, thanks to the buff they gave it. He is a very high damage character, he has a very fast grab, so his mix-up is also very decent. And sure, the downside is that he takes the most damage out
which
of
is a
character.
fact. He's a glass cannon still, even though he's powerful. But again, his healing shit is ridiculous, which I think he talks about it right now
in the game, but that kind of doesn't matter when he also heals the most health by boosting or surging. Akaza is absolutely ridiculous right now, and full credit to the players that are winning every tournament. It's not like people just pick Akaza and then get free wins. That's not how it works. These players are definitely very skilled, so I don't want to take any credit away from those players, but I do feel that Akaza just has so many tools.
So yeah, so we're at the point where we're just gonna skip this. Again, this is his tier list, which again, we're at the end, so I'm gonna, you guys probably watched the whole video. If you guys did, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you guys agree with me or you guys agree with Globku's tier list. What do you guys think about the tier list? And again, if you guys want to see all these characters more in depth, because we didn't talk about all of them, go check out Globku's video, man. He's a really big YouTuber, and I love the man, alright? But again, this was a way better tier list than his last one. There's certain things that I do disagree with. I mean, Shinobu is one of them. I think she's way higher. Yahaba, I feel like she should be an A+. Rui's under fucking rate. I don't know what he did to my man, bro. My man, bro, like this is torture right here. The Tanjiro should be an S tier. Especially Hinokami Chronicles, Tanjiro should be an S tier if Zenitsu's up there. Nezuko's good. Everything here is good. Maybe Susamaru being lower than Enmu, but this is a pretty good tier list, I'm not gonna lie. So again, Globku, if you're watching this video, I love you, man, and I want to one day go in depth and talk to you, you know, one-on-one, or even play some matches with you, because again, like, you're pretty fucking cool, man. Thank you. Sometimes I disagree with you, but that's just, you know, that's just me, all right? I'm not being toxic or anything, and I have seen you talking to smaller YouTubers, so maybe one day it'll be my turn. So yeah, again, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later with some more Demon Slayer content. Peace. Love y'all. Take care of yourself.